Hello, Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia, and this is TransurfingTV. Before I get started, remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me to enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers. And join us on Facebook, link below. And if you have interest in possibly taking the course, link below, Reality 2.0 on Teachable. And please subscribe, do all that good stuff to show your support for TransurfingTV. It is much appreciated. So this video is inspired by a number of emails and messages I have received in the last, I would say, month. People asking me, Renee, what do you think I should do? I love when people ask me what I think they should do. I'm like, dude, I don't know anything about your life. I know absolutely nothing about your life. Why would you trust a stranger to make a decision for you, especially some of the big ones that people present to me, like leaving their jobs or leaving their spouse or moving to a foreign country? I'm like, dude, you got to do this on your own. I cannot do this for you. But the very, very interesting and funny thing is when people message me and they're like, hey, Renee, what do you think I should do? I've been thinking of doing this thing for a long time, but these are the reasons that I haven't done it. And these are the reasons that I think I should do it. And what do you think I should do? And when I hear this, I can very, very clearly see that they know exactly what needs to be done, right? Exactly what needs to be done. But they are looking for external confirmation. They want, and we all do this, right? Even I do this with a lot of my transurfing stuff. I have a group of people. It's my team ITI. I'm amazingly blessed to have such a smart and enthusiastic group of people behind me pushing this thing. But there are a lot of times I go to them and I'm like, hey guys, what do you think I should do right now? Should I do this or should I do that? Now, I kind of know what the answer is. I know what I have a feeling I know what the answer is. I look to gather a little more information to kind of support what I'm already feeling. But there have been times where I've taken something to them and I'm like, hey, what do you think I should do? Should I do this or should I do that? And they say, you should do that. But then deep down, I kind of still know that I should do the other thing. So I'll just go totally against what their advice is. And I know sometimes they're like, whoa, that was weird. We all agreed that she shouldn't do that, but then she did it anyway. So here's the thing. You do know what you need to do, right? You do know what you need to do, or at least a very small part of you inside. Maybe it's the voice of your higher self, kind of still tucked away, leaking that opinion out, hey, we need to go in this direction. But it is there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking the question, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be an issue at all. So I'm going to present to you, if you are challenged by a decision that you need to make. Maybe it's a quantum leap decision, right? You are going to throw yourself into a whole new sector of the alternative space if you say yes to this thing, right? And it usually oftentimes has to do with yeses. Should I do this? And it's that yes that, you know, there's no going back, right? Maybe it is leaving a spouse after decades. Maybe it is leaving your corporate 9-to-5. Maybe it is the yes to starting your own business. Maybe it is the yes to selling your house and traveling the world, or whatever it is. But you know that yes is going to throw some doors open, throw you into the alternative space, and there's going to be no going back, right? And that can be a little bit scary. So what happens is your lower self starts to get involved and say, oh, we can't do that. Or, oh, I'll be breaking my promise, or my commitment, or how will we survive financially? And there's all this argument that comes up to keep you tucked away in your little box of comfort, because let's face it, it's just easier that way. But the price is very, very heavy. And if you didn't watch my video, the pain of not listening, this is definitely in line with that video, right? So you know what to do. And then what happens, that video is about what happens when you know what to do and you don't listen. There is a consequence for that. So I'm going to present to you, if you do have an idea of a direction that you want to go in, and you are being challenged by that voice of your lower self or some other voice. Maybe it's the voice of reason, right? Maybe you actually aren't supposed to do that thing. Maybe it would be too reckless. Maybe it isn't your thing. Maybe it's somebody else's thing and it's not yours. Whatever it is. But these are some questions that you can sort of dive into and ask yourself so you can get to the bottom of it. Is it intended for you? So the first question is, where did the idea originate? So were you out for a walk in nature by yourself and your higher voice said, you need to cycle out of your 9-to-5, corporate job? Where did the idea originate? Was it from a place where you had greater access to that higher self voice, heart and mind coordination, really feeling what was intended for you? Or did the idea originate maybe by the standards of a pendulum? Maybe it was something you saw on TV. When you first encountered the idea of what it is you're considering doing, where were you and what was going on and what were the circumstances? Now, if in the first scenario that I proposed to you, you're walking in nature, or you were self-caring in a deep way, or you were doing something really good and nourishing for yourself, then you probably are on the right track, right? This is probably something that your higher self is calling you to do. But again, be aware that also ideas can come from pendulums. Hey, this is the way you should do it. This is the way you should be. So really differentiating where that idea came from. How long has the idea existed? So I've had people come to me that have been on the fence with something for a decade. And I'm like, if it hasn't gone away after 10 years of thinking about it, don't you think that there's something there, right? That voice is not going, you can just shut out your higher self if you want to, but mostly your higher self's always going to have a say. So if your higher self has been saying, hey, you have this business idea that's actually a pretty good one. Maybe it's time to leave your comfort zone of your corporate job. And for 10 years, that voice has been saying that. Maybe something's there if it's been a long time. Or is it just a flight of fancy? Did you see something on TV and you think, oh, I'd love to do that thing? Now, if there's real heart and mind coordination, jump, go for it, right? But it could also be a flight of fancy. So really start to think about how long that idea has been saying, hello, I'm over here. There's life to be had over here. 3, why are you in need of external confirmation? So this is for those of you that have messaged me asking me what you should do. Why are you putting it on somebody else? You know what to do. That you presenting this to someone else is you confirming to yourself that you know what to do. So how can you get more comfortable in you confirming that's what you need to do yourself rather than looking for external confirmation. What voice is saying not a good idea? So is this the voice of your higher self saying, wait a second, don't go there. This isn't for you. This isn't for you. Because a lot of times people do get ideas that aren't for them, and your higher self will try to steer you away from, you know, something going down that shouldn't be going down. But a lot more so, this is not a good idea is the lower self. It's the mind, right? It's your mind. Now in transurfing, we talk a lot about the heart and mind coordination. The heart has been stuffed down for many of us. The voice has been stuffed down for a long time with the mind overactive, the mind adhering to the pendulum standards, the mind thinking that it needs to control the script, the mind being excessively involved in everything. Now, the mind usually is the one saying, this isn't a good idea. Don't leave your corporate job because you won't be able to survive doing your own thing. This is not a good idea. So figuring out what voice is saying this is not a good idea. That's really, I mean, this is a big heart and mind coordination one. 5, what is your inner level of comfort or discomfort when you entertain or deny the idea? This is a big one. This is a mouthful right here. I'll say it one more time. What is your inner level of comfort or discomfort when you entertain or deny the idea? Okay, so are you thinking, again, just as an example, I want to leave my corporate job and pursue my own entrepreneur adventure, start my own business. What do you feel like when you think of this? Do you feel a level of excitement and freedom and joy? And then your mind kicks in and goes, wait a second, not a good idea, right? Or do you feel discomfort? Do you feel a deep discomfort that is beyond just your mind telling you it's not a good idea? You know what to do. You know what to do. You have all the little things that you need internally with your level of comfort or discomfort, with the voice of your higher self and the voice of your lower self, with the voice of your heart, the voice of your mind. You have all of these things that you can use to communicate with what is intended for you in the alternative space, right? But it's about getting in touch with these different components of yourself and really learning how to listen. Listening is key here. So ask yourself, what is my inner level of comfort or discomfort when I entertain or deny myself the idea? Just sit with that one for a little bit, and I promise you will absolutely get some insights. And finally, last but not least, what pendulums are involved in your decision-making process? So are you looking to leave a spouse after 30 years? And the spouse, you can't do that, don't do, now they're trying to maintain their little box of comfort too, right? Or it could be your employer putting guilt on you, or putting you in a position where you will feel some sort of loss if you leave. There's going to be loss, but there's also going to be a lot of gain. But a lot of times pendulums want to convince us that we need to stay engaged with that thing, or there is going to be a consequence, and that will heavily impact our decision-making process. So again, asking yourself, what pendulums are involved in your decision-making process? And is that pendulum's request of you, is it because it wants to maintain its thing? Or does it truly serve you and your intentions? Is it good for you, or is it good for the pendulum? And really diving in and asking yourself this valuable question. So you know what to do, everyone. I don't know what to do. You know what to do. You know the path that is calling you, right? You do know the path that is calling you. It's about getting in touch with all your tools and learning to listen on a deep level. This is why I am a big, big, big advocate for self-love, self-care, walk in nature, being alone. You can gain a lot of insights doing these sorts of activities and getting yourself to a place where you can listen intently and deeply on what steps you need to take in the direction of your true intention. So let me know your thoughts on this one, everybody. Remember to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye, guys.